Hello, Nigerians out there. How you doing? What a wonderful day today. Happens to be Democracy Day, and I like to say to every Nigerian watching us wherever you are, Happy Democracy Day. Well, the Nigerian democracy is 19 years old today, and we have some. I mean, all of this we've had some ups and we've had some downs. We have some palatable and some very bitter experiences. But the pull out of all of this is that we have come of age. A child that was born 19 years ago, I believe by now, should have been done with secondary school education. But the question we want to ask is our democracy still at the infant stage, or we have grown to the secondary school level? Today on the Real Campaign, we're looking at the Nigerian democracy, the journey so far. I am Ernest Ekwere Essien, welcoming you to the Real Campaign on Television Nigeria. Well, if you're not be part of us, you just go to our Facebook page and just click the like button on Television Nigerian profile. Once you do that, everything is going to be real fine because you have the opportunity to watch your number one television station. Well, on the program with me today, as usual, I don't do this alone. I have gentlemen that are pro-Nigerians, and these are people who can really speak for Nigeria because they love Nigeria. They are patriotic in all sphere of the word. And I am a patriotic Nigerian because I always tell you on this program that we talk Nigeria, think Nigeria, eat Nigeria, sleep Nigeria, and everything about us is Nigerian. And that's why we are always happy to come into your living rooms for you to watch us. So I have with me these two gentlemen. I have Prince Sule Iko Sami, a businessman and a politician. And this man in 2015 contested for the gubernatorial election in Kebbi State. So definitely you should know that he is a voice when it comes to speaking democracy in Nigeria because he has been there, seen it, contested, and then he has come out to say, okay, I had my ups, I had my downs. It's good to have you on the program. How are you, sir?
Thank you.
Happy
Thank
Democracy Day.
Happy Democracy Day, Nigeria.
Okay, and also my friend, he is known as, he's a public affairs commentator, an analyst par excellence, that's what I always call him, and he's known as the uncommon voice of the voiceless. He speaks for the masses everywhere he goes. Mr. H.O. Etebatom, it's good to have you on the program.
A very good afternoon,
My brother. Happy Democracy Day to you.
Happy Civil Rule Day.
Okay, you're on the civil rule, so it's not yet democracy.
Yeah. That's the way I see it.
You see that civil rule. So that means, okay, let's just take it out.
Our viewers, I say hi.
Okay. So, gentlemen, so far, democracy is 19 years in Nigeria. That is uninterrupted. 19 years. It has not been interrupted. How have we fared so far?
It is Happy Democracy Day, Nigerians. It is an action for freedom for Nigerians. That's actually what defines the democracy we're looking at. And I can tell you, Nigerians are freer. We have moved from the infant stage. We're headed to the secondary stage, which you have earlier defined, and a lot of maturity at every strata of our life when it comes to democracy. So I can say Nigeria has done so well for the democracy that also defined the culture of governance in our dear country,
Nigeria. Is that it though?
Well, you call it democracy, but I tend to refer to it as civil rule. What we've had in the last 19 years, when a child writes exams and scores 40%, you do not say that's a pass mark, right?
It's a fair trial.
So in the whole context of the definition of the word democracy, can you define up to 50% of what we have done as tenets of democracy? Democracy, remember, is a government of numbers. Majority have their way, while minority have their say. But in our own society here, you have an election where out of 4 million people in a state, 4 million registered voters, only 500,000 can elect somebody. That's fair. That's falls short of a standard of democracy. And we should ask ourselves, why is it so? Why have we limited some of these things? All the same, 19 years of civil rule, 19 years of, freedom, fair, not 100%, but we are still going. I congratulate us for at least having 19 years of civil rule anyway.
Okay, well, we've said you're smiling.
Yes, I would love to respond to my dear friend. Like you said, there were previous governments that have failed in the structural arrangement of the democracy we have yearned for. That's where awareness and orientation of the poor people and all Nigerians hasn't been quite enough for people to actively participate in democracy. That's why we're having fewer people actually going to the polls, but just like it is defined, the fewer ones that go to vote are the ones that actually define who becomes the leader. People that have chosen to disenfranchise themselves could not actually not blame the government, other than we can blame previous architectures of that particular system for not giving a proper orientation to every Nigerian to be part of democracy, which is a system of governance that works for the entire society of the world today.
So we're looking at the general overview of this now.
Yes.
We're not particularly citing a particular government that has done well or that has not done well.
Yes.
But we're looking generally, since we started this democratic journey, I mean, since 1999 up to this time, obviously it started sometime before. There was democracy in the 60s. There was in 1979 that was truncated by the military.
Yes.
And then, but since it started since 1999 till date, nothing has happened. It has just been moved from one
Stable.
Civilian government to another civilian government to another civilian.
Well, that's the continuity that we are talking about, that we are happy about. But you see, my fear is that some people have been denied the right to practice democratically by the system, created an occasion by those who enjoy it and feel that it is their right. You see, it should concern every leading government to ensure that the vast majority of the people are carried along, right?
Okay.
But unfortunately, you have a government who spent 4 years and does not remember that, I had only 30% of the people who voted. What was wrong? What did I do wrong? Can't I open the horizon, open the platform, open the space? Let democracy become like a carnival, or election become like a carnival of some sort. You and I sit in Nigeria, we watch the US election in the World Cup. We are interested in the US election. It's not going to be our president, we're interested in it. Americans look forward to that period. Just like we look up to the World Cup. Ghana here, their last election was fantastic. They were looking up to it. When it came, it was like, hey, what's wrong? Now we don't pay attention to this because we feel that I have won and I have won. But does it really matter to you that those who elected you are less than the vast majority of the people? And therefore,
so that means the voices that are speaking is not the true representation of the populace.
So when you have a situation where you go to vote, either your name was misspelled, the conditions for you to pick up your voter's card was not there. There are so many things that we needed to have gotten right in order to empower the people to do the voting. Because I tell you one thing, the interesting thing about the election is that it is an occasion where the people now to pretend over the leader. After you have led them for 4 years and you're coming back, the people now say, yes, this is payback time or this is rewarding time. And then when you disenfranchise the people and very few come in to vote, you see, Adam Oshimole said something on that, and I agree with him. You see, democracy was defined as a government of the people, for the people and by the people. But what democracy failed to define was, who are these people? If I have 10 guys who are my friends who can vote me in and they support me and I move on, and they are the people. They are the people.
Those 10 now speak. But like you did mention that maybe proper education
yes.
That's what was not put in place. That even from past governments till date, educating the populace on the electoral process, on their rights to go out and vote and have a democratic rights to speak.
And remember before the advent of democracy in 1999, there are only class of people that rule this country. The military and the normal traditional powers that we have.
That is still in place now.
Yes. But with the advent of democracy, we know so well that majority of the people that are actually in the affairs of government are people from, not from the military and also not from the traditional class, which have actually exposed the orientation of leadership to virtually every Nigerian. And that aside, the very reason why I kept on saying the architecture of this the architect of this particular system have actually not done so well in doing a lot of orientation to Nigerians over the relevance, the importance of democracy, just like it's done in America and several parts of the developed world. But what they failed to also do is also not trying to allow the populace to be well educated. The literacy level is so low as at that time when democracy started. So someone that hasn't had the opportunity to go to school felt that he doesn't have the obligation to actually participate. Or those ones that are even educated that don't have jobs, some of them feel that it's not an obligation for them to be. But with gradual intervention of successive governments, I am not trying to say they were successful, but they were successive government that it was just an option for us. They ruled us, they led us for this period of time. People that are not educated, they are getting the orientation, they have understanding now. People that haven't gone to school, people that don't have jobs, that still have understanding now. They need to be part of politics, they need to be part of governance. That's why changes are creating. So if you look at from 1999 to date, you could see the participation has actually gone up, even though it's vis-a-vis our population as well. And you have to remember, it's not the whole Nigerians that vote out of, let's say, 150 million or 180 million. No, it's only those ones within the age bracket of 18 up. Those are the ones that have the eligibility to vote. And if you look at people within the age bracket of 18 to the age of 45, that's where you have a lot of unemployment. That's why you have a lot of high literacy. So you still have
and
some
these are
of them.
supposed to be the main
those are the
people that are
active.
supposed
Yes,
to be active.
those are supposed to be the active voters.
Okay.
You can see some of that's why there is actually they are kind of disenfranchised. They don't have interest and all that. So, but I would like to say this about the government of the day today has invested so much in education that people, even at countryside level, people are very active in ensuring that they vote who is next. There is even a lot of politicking in party affairs, so many. So that I can say we have actually advanced quite a level.
Can we say between 1999 and today that the education, when I mean education,
the
literacy level of understanding of democracy and everything has increased?
Yeah, that's true.
Especially with the social media,
the
phone and all that.
That's very true. You see, what he is saying, you see, I watched the recently concluded INEC continuous voters registration stuff.
Has it been concluded?
I don't know, I felt ashamed of myself.
You said concluded?
Concluded in the sense that where they were in the post where I was,
okay.
I no longer find them there. For any reason, I don't know. You see, not until you stay there and the last man come registering. Because it is all about the people. So don't limit the space.
So
you understand?
There should be a
continuous every day. If you must resume on this post and ensure that everybody registers.
Because every day somebody turns 18.
Coming to register.
Every day somebody turns 18.
Yes, but INEC cannot be at a polling booth or at a particular location continuously. They have to go back to their offices. These are human beings like me and you. What they do normally, they actually make an announcement. They specify a period of time they will be at a social location. When they are done there, they converge in their headquarters or their local headquarters or their state headquarters. They go there. As a Nigerian, if you get the advertisement or you get the awareness and you're not there, you can go there.
But what now happens to the day they pull out and I turn 18?
No, they are not pulling out. Remember, you have to go. If you go to their office today,
you can always
of the local offices.
Okay, just exercises at the locations might move.
Yes, because of proximity of some people, they will say maybe, for example, this is Asokoro village. They are going to be at Asokoro village between so time to so time. The reason is because the election will be the right to vote will be brought directly to your doorstep. But they can't be there. They have to go back to their offices. They have to go back to their respective districts for them to continue functioning.
So that means electoral body. It's a continuum.
So it's a continuum.
There's a continuum.
Yes.
That's the most important.
Yes.
Okay, now gentlemen, let's not take it away. Let's also not take it away from the military. And the military has been so disciplined and democratic in their ways that it has been uninterrupted in the past 90 years. Can we give them a clap for that?
You cannot give them a clap because that's what they're supposed to do. They are
But
not supposed to interfere.
you know, there was this level of interruption before.
Let me tell you, maybe we don't understand that the world has moved on.
Okay.
Military incursion in a civil setting is no longer fashionable anywhere.
Okay.
Now those things, that's what I'm saying, the system needs to get it right. Those things that made it possible for them to take over are no longer available.
Okay.
In those days, when the military takes over, there was one central broadcasting station. They shut down the entire country. But now you cannot. The social media is there. There are so many media houses. How many are you going to shut down? So because this very element that encourage you are no longer, so it's no longer fashionable. And the world now abhor military government.
Okay.
The world abhor military government. Let them stay and do what they ought to do.
Okay.
This idea of truncating democratic process has gone behind, and we need to put it behind us. But now you mentioned something about INEC going back to their office. You see, my problem is that we do not give what we actually need, their requisite attention they deserve. Election is one very important ingredient in any governance. As a matter of fact, some people, that is the only time they will participate in governance. That is the only opportunity they have in participating in governance. So, if we must be sure, if a government comes out and says, I must be sure that every adult is registered. People have bank accounts. People go to hospitals. People shop. What stops us from using all these avenues to capture data? What do you need? No two persons have the same thumbprint. If I go to the bank, all the bank needs to do is don't use signature alone. Use the signature and the thumbprint. And the moment it's captured, it's captured.
Captured and then send it.
Everybody.
So just like the BVN, it should be captured like that. So
will be
the INEC
captured.
people don't need to be in that
They don't need
particular.
to do that. They don't need to go all around.
That's a good suggestion.
Yes, it's before I respond to that, I just want to say this. The military have done so well in protecting the territorial integrity of our countries and our country, Nigeria, and they have also been so well in giving us the security we desire and the support for this democracy. I can tell you this. The foundation of a secured environment is the only way, that's the only leeway that will lead to a successful democracy anywhere in the world. So I'm giving it to our military for giving us the security and the support, and even the administrative know-how, because I can tell you, the discipline the military was able to imbibe in some of our institutions, if it was actually well adhered to, some of our democratic system would have been better off the way they are now. Okay. But because we lost that sense of discipline in the way we run our affairs, when we were even guided by them when they were ruling, that's why a lot of things have gone off now. And so back to this issue of integrating of all data. Government is a continuum. Biometric data is actually something you find successful now in your financial institutions, in your international passport, in your driver's license, or among all that. This government has actually started what they call integrated system for actually of all these data. It's a system in place.
But
there has to be
by this government. I think this was
no.
That came
it's
from
a policy that was mentioned by the previous government, but it's actually being effected now to actually integrate this thing. When these data are integrated,
you don't need to go and talk.
You don't need to go and register here and there. But I can tell you, this government has actually, in fact, there was a presidential committee for this thing,
you keep
and
coming
it actually
to
says,
this government, this government. Today, the president addressed us after such a very long time. They took him like 3 years. I think this is 3 years down the line that we're getting a broadcast. Or was there a broadcast last? There was a broadcast 1st of October. Yeah. Okay, there was a broadcast 1st of October.
They didn't carry the weight.
They didn't carry the weight this one carried. At least for a change, now he spoke to us for a long time and did touch on very, very salient issues and the topic, and gave Nigerians the assurance we've been yearning for, that for this it will be taken care of. Yeah. For this we will do this decisively. For this, he even came to the point of the not to sign the not too young to run bill as promised. He's going to do that. So at least are we now seeing some positives now coming from this government And why did they wait until now?
Yeah, it's always
Well,
been
they are the
supported.
only ones that can answer why they waited till this long. You see, the problem I think we have is that we do not, like I said earlier, the war, I don't know if it's this forum, I said something, that the war has moved to supersonic age. We are still in the analog age. The world responds swiftly.
IBB said.
You understand? The world responds swiftly to issues with the best of the strategy and the modalities. But we still allow time to dwindle. We still allow consultation. At the point we are now, that's why there is contestation in offices. The very best and the brightest. You should gather them together. Because these are the class of people who will give you what you want. They are the people who will think fast, provide solutions.
And then
this is not the
forward it
time.
to you.
Okay, let's look at it from the perspective. It took the leadership of the current government this long to say something drastic about the killing.
The killings.
Why did it take us so long? Killing, if people are dying, then there is nobody that is fit to be anywhere in government. Because your leadership is based on the fact that there are people whom you govern. So you must pay attention. I remember when the Boston bombing happened in the United States of America. In 2 days, they shut down 2 states. Because we must get rid of this. It must never occur. And when George Bush was leaving, you know what he said? They asked him, how have you fared? How has your government fared? He said, at least throughout his last days of his tenure, there was no bomb dropped on American soil. That was pride to him. Can we say there will be no Nigerian that will be killed by anybody? Whether it's the herdsman or the traditionalist, all of them require protection. I must do everything. If it means grounding this country to a halt and ensure that I address this issue, I must do that. And as fast as possible.
Okay,
You
Prince,
see-
he said so many things.
Yes.
Made so many promises.
Yes.
But you know, should he be taken for his word?
No.
See that he has
I would
he has
like,
failed us by
I
fulfilling
would
some
like-
other earlier promises.
I would like to respond to
Respond
my
to
friend here.
Mm.
You see, this government has done so much on the security infrastructure more than any government in the history of this country, if you follow history books very well. That's one. Two, this government has also succeeded in giving us that awareness about our security apparatus in this country. That's why today, the moment there is an incident of killing or anything anywhere, we would like every Nigerian is a security analyst. He talks about it over and over and over. But we have to be careful about one thing. Propagating issues of killing on the media on a regular basis is not helping us. What we should be propagating more of love. And I will tell you why. Today, if you are attacked on the street of Lagos and you are killed, and the dead body is found there, the social media carries it as a death on the street. Before they get to know the cause of that death, the information will have gone around as a virus all over the country. And that is dividing us. When the issue of other killings, I can compare Boston for you and even Benue. Boston happened at about 1735. By 1750, the government issued a statement. The one here happened at about 1433, to be precise. Government issued a statement within 20 to 25 minutes on this. But the government in the center can only give security presidential directive over people saddled with the responsibility of protecting these areas, which they have done. And it follow up with other security instructions, which has succeeded in curtailing most of these things, just like it's happening all over the country. I am not an advocate of, I'm not the person that likes to sit down and discuss more about the killings because the security agencies are taking care of it. I would love to speak about love so that we actually talk of issues we could actually try and take care of all these myriad of problems that have actually been promoted
but
by him.
You just made a statement just now that the Boston issue happened 7:20 something.
Yes.
And by 7:50,
Yes,
the
that was
government
just-
has issued. Why does it take our own government?
It took us shorter time. The
no,
analysis
no,
I'm trying to
sometimes
give you.
no, but because most times,
they only-
sometimes killings will happen.
Sorry, let me help you.
Killings will
Let me
happen.
help you.
Okay.
The Boston, in terms of response,
Yes.
there is a difference between a statement response and a response backed up by action. What he is saying, he is right. The government issued a statement shortly after it happened. But how long did it take us for action? I remember the argument was the government has not made up its mind whether to deploy the military to Benue State or not. That was the argument.
No.
I remember that argument.
The argument was there.
Yeah.
The
understand?
response, the
See.
response is that there were security forces in the police that are actually stationed within the North Central in Lokoja. They were deployed immediately to support the police that are there. That was done immediately. It was the counter additional special forces from the center here that needed to be anchored, needed to be added there, that was in contention. But that response, it was shorter,
But
and
there
those
was-
people
there
were
was
there.
also- but there was also
Sir,
the-
let me add this voice to you.
Yes.
One of the things that endear me to this government, and I'm happy about it again, I have no regret, was that one of the speeches the president made, he anchored on deploying the military, the command structure to move to the northeast. Immediately.
That was the first
We
thing.
all clapped. Everybody was happy. You can't be in Abuja and then the epicenter of crisis is there and be giving orders. Now, it happened in other areas. They were still in Abuja. It took that while for us to be able to begin to organize
But there was
ourselves.
even
and
the
that
case of
nice.
the IG in
And
Benue.
again and again it was happening. Again, not once, not twice. So what I'm saying is this: I'm not here to make this government to look down on the government. I owe them 100% support and respect. But what I'm saying is we need to put our government and government agency to their toes. They must wake up to their responsibility.
And
I
that's
can assure you, sir. If the hues and cries were not made as much as it was made, we may not have responded to it. But because the hues and cries of you and I say no. Even if you are doing it, but you may not be doing it right.
It's a very good thing for us to cry on every issue. I love the fact that such responses actually put any government on. So, but you have to remember one thing: we have to speak the truth as it is, not the propaganda going around.
But don't forget,
the
silence,
response.
silence leads to propaganda.
Yes, but no.
Silence leads to
No.
when you don't say anything.
We-
when Nigerians like the president came out to speak.
A
now.
lot of Nigerians are doing
Can
their
I say
job
this? Can I
as a
say
journalist.
this? Can I say this?
Yes.
Can I say this? Like, look at today now. Everybody's applauding the president. Why are we
Because
applauding the
he came to
president?
say what
Because the
was
president said what Nigerians believe it's supposed to say as the president. People are dying. We are going to make sure we deal with anybody
It doesn't
who kills.
matter.
It doesn't matter who you are. You see, these are the kind of statements
You see-
Nigerians expected from him all this while. Why did it take this long?
No. This is the president that has allowed every apparatus, state, local government, and security agencies to do their job. This is
Even
not a
if they are
dictator.
failing.
I'm coming.
Sir.
This is a dictator. This is not a dictator.
No,
this
no,
is
no,
a
no.
democratically elected president.
Yeah.
The moment there is an issue concerning every sector of this government, the president will come out and talk to the relevant authorities to act. If the relevant authorities fail, he takes responsibility. And that's why in areas where there are inefficiencies or performance in other issues of security, he came out and owned up and said, so things needed to be done. He spoke about command and control center moving to Maiduguri because there was a war going on in Maiduguri in the northeast, and as soon as he came to power, he said command and control center moved to Maiduguri. He didn't say the entire military of the government should move to Maiduguri. He felt that those ones controlling those commands should be there. And as soon as that happened, Operation Lafia Dole started, quite a success. We're watching it on TV every day. We're watching brief. It was a success. They were cleaning everywhere. The same thing in the North Central right now. Issue of what happened, what was going on in Jos, it was the same thing. It was the nip in the bud was done, and Jos today is enjoying relative peace. Benue today is also, but you have to know that who are the ones doing the killing, because the people, the defenders could be there protecting the people. The moment they are out, some disgruntled element, they were out to bring disharmony and war within our society, will go on killing their brothers quietly, and they will disappear. So that is an investigation this government is doing, and I'm happy I'm happy we're already seeing some of this result coming out. We're seeing relative peace in these areas.
One of the speeches that were made by Joe Biden, the then Vice President of the United States of America, said, whoever these elements are, if they run and go to hell, we will go to hell and bring them back and give them justice on American soil. Obama said, we will not sleep until these elements are brought out. And that was why they asked people, we are giving you 24 hours, buy all your consumables. We are going to shut down these states until we get this element out. This is elicit confidence in the people. Proactive act. We're talking about people's lives here. We're not talking about food on the table. We're talking about lives of people who ordinarily are contributing to the nation. So if one person was killed and the government said, no, until we find out what is happening, we are going to ground this thing, we make sure that everybody must come out, we must get whoever is doing this. You give the people confidence that somebody is watching. I can go to bed.
The government
Remember, sorry, let me add this.
No.
The president is given a title. The commander of the armed forces of Nigeria, that title was deliberate. He is the commander. So if the ball stops on his table, if he says, IG, deploy your men to this place, he should create feedback mechanism to ensure that he knows whether the IG has done that or not. Knowing to whether the ball stopped on his table. If it will take the president 48 hours to ensure that that element that leads to death is brought to book, so be it. It is better than you sitting in the office every day. You go to the office in the morning, I'm doing something and I'm doing something.
The president, Mr. President, you and I know, is a president of natural action. And I can tell you, you and I sit down here, we don't know what is going on behind the table. Those people that you see at the helm of affairs handling our security are not just doing that on their own. They do briefings on a regular basis with the CNC. He gives instruction on a regular basis to these people. He gets briefing. Remember, he doesn't only rely on briefing from security agencies. He also gets briefing from even the governors. The governors in question, the moment there is an incident today when the security apparatus is deployed, you see them coming to the center, they come to brief him, and this is not just about rhetoric. This is going on. This is someone with a background of military. This is someone that has a total understanding of war. So he understands that the moment there is any slight action, there will be equal and opposite, almost immediately. And that's why I can tell you, I'm very proud to tell you that we are very lucky to have someone with a security psyche, like the President Muhammad Buhari, to be leading this country at this time that we are in this our national.
I will allow you to continue,
Yeah.
but we'll just go on a short break. We'll hold on to this one that he's very happy that we have this president at this time. I will give you an opportunity to also respond to him once we come back from this break. Don't go anywhere. The Real Campaign will continue immediately after this break.
Hi, I'm Prince David Adetunji Adeyeye, known as DAA. I am a lawyer and an energy specialist. I live and work here in FCT, Abuja. I am running for the House of Representatives for Amak Buhari Federal Constituency for the good people of FCT under the platform of Young Progressive Party. I am running because I believe in legislative agenda for community development. I wanted a community that is responsive, that is supporting and creating social infrastructure and amenities for our children and young people to be able to compete globally. I am encouraging all that is out there to go there and get a PVC and ensure that you vote. Election does matter, and this election, it's important that we elect people that are good, that are going to represent you. Support me as the House of Representative candidate for Young Progressive Party for Amak Buhari Federal Constituency. Thank you for your support.
Young Progressive Party. Service to the people.
All right, I'd like to welcome you back to the Real Campaign here on Television Nigerian. And we have been discussing with these two gentlemen democracy in Nigeria, how the journey so far. So, and they really talked about a lot of things. And we ended up with talking about this present government. And the gentleman by my side, Prince Sule, he said that look, this government have really done well. And H.R. Tom is like, yeah, in some part I agree with you, but in some other part they could do better. So before we went on the break, you were about responding.
Yeah, you see, like I was saying, I'm not here, and I will repeat it. I'm not here to condemn the actions of this government.
Okay.
A man who is running a 100-meter race and takes 10 minutes to run his race, that's his best. We elected him, and if that is his best, we must have to live with that best and then decide when he will leave. But again, you see, one of the things that have endeared me throughout this process is this idea of shutting down a nation because we're either going to do INEC registration or whatever you call it, or NIMSI and all of that.
It's not.
They've tactically done something that is unique. And that is, I noticed that everywhere you go, you're seeking employment, a NIM number is given. That number you must provide it. That is national identification number. You must provide it. So people now go out in search of how they are going to register. People are committed to it. I went to do a banking transaction and I was asked, where is my BVN? These are all indices of identifying ourselves, because we have too many, like someone said, too much of ungovernable people that are within us. They are ungovernable in the sense that their identity is not known.
That's true.
You don't govern people you don't know. So if this government, my only thing is, if they had begun it from the beginning, by now would have covered the grounds in Nigeria. Whoever touches anything will be able to know it was XYZ that touched it. You understand? It will aid the security agencies and all of that. It has not been Uhuru all the way. It has not really been too bad all the way. That we are together, it gives us a lot of joy.
But now, another good news for the youth now is that the president has assented to signing the not too young to run bill.
No, not even that. The issue of getting your identification done, either your NIM or your BVN, all that, is actually something that you have to give credit to this government. Because these are policies. These are
policies that
they were rhetorical policies of the previous government.
They were.
No, BVN.
Because I registered my.
No. Let me help you with this.
Let me respond.
One of the good things about this government is that they have taken to continuing what other government would not.
Yes, that's why I'm trying to say this. I agree. The policy was the rhetorical policy of the previous government. They sang about TSA. TSA was never there.
I registered for my national identity card during the previous government.
I'm coming.
This government.
Where I mentioned the issue of BVN because of the issue of corruption. This government, the BVN issue.
I was even coming to corruption.
Yes, and the BVN, that's why, and this is the first time this government insists that if you are looking for a job, you must have your name written in your form. This is the first time. It has never been. Before, somebody would just pack people from his village and just fill everybody and just give them
this same
job.
thing played out in the CBN recruitment and the NNPC recruitment.
We
predated this government.
No,
they just pack people.
Let us not waste the time.
This happened in this government.
This is the propaganda.
Was it a propaganda?
Yes, it is a propaganda. People that are fighting us are busy doing. But I can tell you this government releases a circular. It's very transparent. Whenever there is an employment needed to be done, it's open. They have reversed a lot of illegal employment done. They have they've given matching orders to agencies and parastatals over most of this illegal employment. You can sue the head of an agency for any illegal employment right now, and you win your case. I can tell you this. It's happening in this government. But
it's not backed by law, sir. These are the things we're talking about.
Okay.
I see.
You say it's not backed by law.
Citizens'
right is very well empowered by our institution.
Now,
but it is backed by law. Citizens' right, citizens.
I agree with you.
It is backed by law. You can't say it's not backed by law.
Let me share this with you. You see, the country says we want to stamp out corruption from our national life. I clap for them. But there is one thing they will need to do. This government will go after 4 years, maybe 8 years at most, right? The system you create, is it sustainable?
Yes.
The only people who will not leave will be the people. And then these are the people you need to engage in the fight against corruption.
And that's why.
And I asked the question, one of the things that the president hinges his governance was on transparency.
3 things.
Yeah, one of them, the accountability, transparency was key. What? And transparency to me is that I need to know what you're doing. That I may be able to support you. Here you have a situation where NDAs and all whatnot, their budgets are still shrouded in secrecy.
No.
I went to an establishment outside Nigeria. Do you know that the budget for that country is on the billboard? If they are buying a computer, it's written there, it's on the billboard. So if I come in
Anytime.
and I see a computer that is there, I say, no. So we should have bought a new computer.
No.
How come this computer is still lying here?
This government.
The people become empowered.
Yes, I disagree with you on this because I can tell you this is the first time agencies that don't normally present their budget at National Assembly are forced to do that.
No, I'm not about the people. I'm talking about the
No, I'm
people.
talking-
the people now.
No.
The people. Because the people are
You
the ones
have
who
a
will be there.
right. There is freedom of information. You can exercise it. You can write a letter to any agency and seek for information you desire. It's backed by law. So many NGOs and agencies have sued agencies for denying them access to information like this. So it is untrue for you to say our budget is in the open. All public hearings are done in the open. They are on
It
air.
has
You
been
can
like
watch
that
it.
for time
It
immemorial.
has been like
It
that.
is
What
small
are
now.
What are
It
they
is-
doing differently?
It
It's
is
a government
small.
of change.
What they are
we
doing differently is that people are now accountable. They will go and we now do zero-based budgeting system. The budget is open. Every agency of government, you can walk in and demand information. If they deny you, you can sue them. I can tell you that it has happened many times. It's happening now. In the past, CBN doesn't even defend their budget, NNPC doesn't. Several other revenue generating agencies were not doing that. But for now, people are forced to do that, and it's in the open. If you are following up our budget from 2015 till date, people no longer go and try to find their ways to present budget. No, budgets is in the open now. It's so transparent. Agencies will go and present it, and it's in the air.
But-
Sir,
Now you
let me
can
ask
go
you-
there
sir,
and
let me
get
ask
it.
you-
Can I
let me
ask
ask
this?
you- no, let me ask you this question.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Sir, is this the best we can get?
It's government is a gradual process. What you are actually asking for now is for you to go onto a budget site. You'll be able to access information about budget. Go to the website of the budget office today. All the information about presentation
always
by
been
the
there.
president is there.
That's what I'm saying.
So what are you
We
making
need to
for?
see
Have
something-
always been
We
there.
needed to see something different.
I used to
Big
go there
time
and check
about
things. It used to be there.
Not of some agencies.
No, almost every agency we
No,
know.
not some agencies.
With like,
Hundreds of some agencies are not even presenting budget. They even see, you know that is a fact. There was even a lot of hulabaloo within these agencies
Okay, but
fighting
what
the National
about-
Assembly
what about
that
the-
they have called them to
okay,
present their budgets.
let me ask a question. What about the flagrant disobedience of law, court orders, law processes, and all that? Like, for example, in Czech,
Very good.
Yasuki has been given bail like 4 or 5 times. He has been refused to be released. El Zazaki has been given bail even on his health condition.
See.
The same government is still stabbing
You know
him.
what? Okay,
Why is this
I will
going
say
on?
this to you.
Because this is democracy day.
Do you know what I
Because
would like to talk
posterity will
about?
judge.
I would only like to talk about the billions of dollars that the Suki has carried and
Which up till
I'm
date,
coming.
you have not done
Let me
no
respond.
competent
I'm
court
coming.
of law
Respond.
has been able to prove this case.
I am not going to sit down here and discuss about the litigation going on before court of law.
So why would
but
you
I can
guys
tell
discuss
you,
the money?
But I can tell you, no, I can tell you that monies meant to procure security apparatus that are meant to protect our own country have been stolen. I would like to have that discussion because it affects so many of us.
Just like the
but
same,
in case
the same
of one
case
person,
of some millions of naira that was meant for the IDP was stolen.
Yes.
The goods that were going to the IDPs
That's-
were stolen.
so,
so there is. Are we now saying that?
let me conclude there.
Okay,
Let me
conclude.
conclude. So I would like to have that discussion
Let's have it.
over this monies taken away that should have been used to secure our country with apparatus stolen. I would also like to have a discussion over monies that are meant to take care of our facilities. Several other sectors' money that have been stolen. And those individuals that perpetrate that act. I would not like to talk about those individuals, but I would like to talk about what they have done because this is prejudice. I don't like to go into the cases of these individuals.
sir,
And you know it's
sir,
in the open. We
sir,
all know that.
sir.
Sir,
Yes.
what we are talking about is we are still talking about preliminary issues.
Issues.
The main issue has not been discussed until a court says it's told. You cannot say
You
it's
can't
told.
even say the story.
Now the preliminary issue is that court have granted you bail.
Bail.
That's what the preliminary issue is.
But
so
the
we
issue-
can raise the issue.
But is it?
let's
you
not
can-
draw.
No,
the line.
but
Granted
You see,
you bail.
until-
When you discuss
until
about whether the
the-
money
the-
was
the-
stolen or not stolen,
the
that
concept-
means
the
you have-
concept-
you have-
My
you have-
brother,
concepts are
I am not trying
until
to
proven
be,
guilty.
to be prejudiced here, but I can tell you this. Is it a known fact to me and you that there were funds allocated for the procurement of security apparatus.
Well,
if it is
That's
yes, I'm
it's
coming.
the rule of the court.
It's
to
the
decide
rule of
that.
the court to
Yes.
decide that. because
Okay,
until
okay.
date, I
When
have
those
asked the
monies
question.
were released, it is known. The papers used for the release of these funds is also known by every media person in this country. The part that the media has not given us is the media hasn't given us the details of his judicial activity. They were interested in talking about whether he need to get freedom or not to get
That's
freedom.
the-
That's
that's
not
the-
Excuse me, sir.
That's
Excuse me,
the
sir.
crux of the matter
That-
now.
let's get
That's the
let's
crux
get-
of the matter. The crux of the matter is that he needs to be given freedom. The court says give him freedom. That's court ruling now says give him freedom.
Other courts have also detained him.
No court.
For now,
For
no,
now,
no,
no
no,
court.
to me.
Other
The court,
courts have detained him.
sir, what is legal now? What is obtainable? What is substantive now is that they have granted bail. Whether they stole or they did not steal,
No,
it is
no.
yet for the court to decide.
See, don't be wrong. Dasuki and Co have array of cases in several courts.
Yes.
Some of the cases in courts, he might have been given bail. I didn't follow up the story very well.
Because you have already
Yes.
prejudged.
No.
Guilty.
I am in. No, I didn't.
You have judged him
No,
already
I did not
guilty.
judge. I am not a judge. I am
that's
not
what
a
you
lawyer.
just
I'm not
said
even
there.
a professional in law. So I can't even define that. But the one I'm a Nigerian. I'm interested in what happens to the common man in this country. And the common people were killed mercilessly due to inefficiencies of the people that are involved in the procurement
But
of
I
this
thought
country.
there was a
And that's
particular
it.
well, because I have asked this question several. Maybe with Central you can help me. I have gone through some of the gazettes and all this things from the National Assembly. And was there at any point in time 2.1 billion naira was appropriated for arms?
This is the big questions that we
Was
need
there
to
any
ask.
time?
You see,
No, sir, please let me ask this question.
No.
We're
I will answer you. I will answer
Was
you.
there any time that you can show
Let me
us?
tell you what
if
used to
said
happen
it's
in that
paper,
government.
It's
What-
not what used to happen.
No.
I want us to specifically
what they used
talk
to
about
do, no,
the 2.1
it
billion
is
dollars.
cumulative. The monies were taken in batches from CVN. They will write money, they will go and carry and give it to Mr. A to go and supply this.
But
This
from
is
what,
it's
I
there.
gentlemen, from what I noticed, I think this government was probing the election funds.
No.
Sir,
And nobody's
sir,
probing
sir,
their own
sir,
election.
No,
sir.
it's actually
I'm coming-
security funds they were-
Moderator,
Okay.
I would love us to look at ways forward. We have talked about some of the glorious things of this government. What can we do to get it?
That was where I was coming, because I asked the question, how will posterity judge us as a country?
Yes.
And what do we need
And
to do right now that
This
will
is
correct
the
any of
way
these things?
we can go forward, in my understanding, on the issue of accountability. People that have stolen, people that have embezzled, people that have bastardized our public treasury
Okay.
should be held accountable to the last kobo.
That is what
That
every
is
Nigerian
moving
wants.
forward, and that's what we all love. That because when people are held accountable, people will define. There are even people in government who start thinking and rethinking of how they can manage resources that have been entrusted to manage.
Well, so far, there's not
And-
been any proper conviction yet.
Yeah,
Nobody has been convicted yet, though some have returned this money.
Oh.
Some have quickly returned the money, which we must applaud this government
Okay.
for. But
A lot
the
of
truth is
money,
that
billions.
The question I also wanted to ask, are Nigerians really enjoying the dividend of democracy?
that is one of the big questions, the huge questions, and I think, like you said, posterity will judge us. Let us not forget the fact that we are 19 years old in civil rule. There are children who have never known that military have ever had a caution in their
this country.
democratic settings. That's wonderful. But again, what education have we given to these young people who have been empowered? Every day we talk about the stealing.
That's
Now, in those days, and this morning, I was thinking, in those days, they used to tell you who is the leader. They define the leader for you in secondary school, right? I wonder if my child comes to me and says, Daddy, define leadership for me. With what is going on, vis-a-vis what the child is told in school, how do I define a leader to the child?
That is because
That is the problem. So
that
what
is
I'm thinking,
the reason-
what I'm thinking now is that we as a nation, I am an I decider. There's a group we call I Decide. I have decided I must do right at all times and all manner of people, irrespective of who you are.
Yeah.
Because my dream is to see a wonderful Nigeria for my children and for everybody around me. Now, every one of us must decide. See, as a father, There are certain things I could do ordinarily, but because I have children and they are looking at me and the younger ones are looking at me, I will avoid them. The reason is that I do not want to pass the wrong education to them. People have stolen, yes. People have, but is that going to rule us?
But
That's
it's
not going to
simple.
rule us. So we need to give our children a different perspective.
My
of the Nigeria
brother
they are
is
in.
very example. Let me give you a classical example. If you are a farmer that goes to farm, you farm produce and keep it in your warehouse for you to feed your children the next morning before you go to the farm. The moment you come very early in the morning to pick up this food to take care of your children and you discover that the whole food is being stolen, and you know that particular food stolen could maybe take care of your children for the next 1-2 months. Every time you go out to get another food to feed your children, you remember that somebody has stolen. We have to talk about stealing. They have stolen everything. No. Let me finish. No. Let me respond. Let me respond. You have spoken, please. Let me respond. Education sector budgeted so huge amount, stolen. Security, stolen. Our money is meant for our roads, stolen. Hospital supply, buildings, infrastructural budget funds, they allocated their intervention, stolen. Why can't you talk about stealing?
Let me ask you a question. Sir, if you say that educational money was stolen, health money was stolen, and that's why the problem they had, now that it's not being stolen, are we anything different?
A lot of difference, my brother. A lot of difference.
Is better.
Of course.
That's the question we're asking.
We will talk
So,
about
in as much as you tell somebody,
you said let's move forward.
Okay,
Please,
let's move forward.
Yeah.
Now, okay, let's move forward.
Let me give you a
Let me
very
ask you a
simple
question of
example.
moving forward.
855 million naira. I just want to give you just one part of money that was going to be mentioned as Almajiri school building program. The money taken away. What this government did.
Was
when
the
it
school
came-
not
I'm
there?
coming.
Almajiri School were built. I know, I can testify to them.
I'm coming. I said monies meant for this were stolen. If some were built or not built, that is for the historians to tell you. But I'll tell you this, the money taken away. When this government came, because it's a responsible government, he kept on pursuing these policies. You are the same person that said this government has not come to push the policies of the previous government. This government came, you've started building 2 classrooms, you are supposed to build 100. We will continue with the 100. Where is the money for the 100, for 80 or 60 you've stolen? While we are that, we are still screeching monies everywhere that is meant for these things, and these works are going. For the first time in the now, how many years now? When was the last time you heard that federal government worker is not paid? Salaries are paid as and when due. Governors are getting allocations for their states and local government as and when due. Resources that are meant to go to the appropriate places are getting in there. So this government is only trying to repair the damages of the last 16 years and the previous years of damage by people. So it's a continuum. We are doing that, and you know that.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
If there were no things to be done, what will you have completed on? Because every time I keep hearing somebody from this day by speak, they always say the other government did this. Was there no good thing that was done in this government? If there were no good thing, what are you continuing on?
I said it again and again. The policy of the previous administration, rhetorical on paper, excellent. Example, Kaduna Abuja Road, very good idea. Lagos Ibadan, very good idea. East West Road, very good idea. But not even 1% of the monies allocated to this project were disbursed. They were stolen. This government now is investing in East West Road, the same project that they have sung for 6 years, saying that is our son that is there, he wants to do it for us. And the railway project, Lagos Ibadan, several other districts, they allocated these monies, they've stolen them. Every time they mention this money, they will go and put flags, they will put everything they want to do. They don't do it. We continue.
When we talk about this money was stolen, that money was stolen. Mind you, the schools were running. If educational money was stolen, fine, the schools were running. But they had not run any way different from where they were running then.
No.
So which means something is really wrong.
No.
Again, to correct one of the impressions, see, the thing is that
Schools Where
running.
schools were
Who's
running, you
running?
see a teacher,
The same
18
way.
months hasn't seen salary.
Whose fault was that?
It was the previous because
But
the
the same
education.
government came and they were owing salaries.
No,
Up till now,
no.
some states are owing salaries.
No.
I can give you an example of a state very close by that is owing about 18 months salary. We can tell you of some Osun state that still are not paid up
I
to
would
now.
like,
Nasarawa
I
state
would
is
like,
close by.
I would like to,
We have records
I
of
would
this.
like to limit my discussion and my analogy to the center.
No, you can't
President,
do
I'm
that.
coming on this issue.
Nigeria
I'm
is
coming.
the whole issue.
I am coming. You know, I have barriers. Let me respond. Please. Let me
Okay.
conclude.
Okay.
If the president allocate or the government allocates money to your own state, and your own governor decide to steal the money, that is.
It's still under this
I'm coming.
government of integrity.
I'm coming. Please let me finish, please.
Okay.
It is the responsibility of this government to put checks and balances. Unfortunately, our constitution has given autonomy to some of these criminals. When they steal money, they decide not to do things in their own states. With the big shoulder we have in the center, this president still takes responsibility, still calls them back, still set up committee to do intervention and check and try
But when
and
you do
ensure this
intervention
is
and checks, are you not helping them to steal?
No, I'm coming. Please let me finish.
No, I'm just asking. I'm asking questions.
The moment he do that, these monies, how they have been utilized, have been defined. In most cases, they give clarity over how these funds are dispersed, and that is, the president has a limit. He cannot today, because a particular sitting governor has misappropriated certain funds, he'll just arrest him like the way they used to do under PDP, lock him up and claim he has stolen and just lock up his state. It doesn't happen. We're in a democracy.
So
it
then
is
you
the state,
don't have-
it is
then
the
I
apparatus
can
of the
say-
state.
Then can I now say that without any contradiction or any apology that you are not fighting corruption? Because if you're fighting corruption and the state governor is stealing the state blind, and you're saying because we're in a
I don't know about that.
democratic setting,
I don't
we
know
just
about
have to let everything
No,
flow.
no.
don't
I said,
understand.
I didn't conclude. You didn't hear me. The state, we have the state assembly, we have the state apparatus that is there
Which are
to
still
check.
under, majority of the state are under the political party of the president, which is supposed
I
to
am
run
just
on the
telling
same-
you
the same
that
manifesto.
the president cannot educate what is going on in the state. It
Okay.
is the responsibility of the state to take care of these resources, hold their governors and their leaders accountable at the local level and at the state level. And it is our responsibility, we that were here, to also make sure that at the center, that we all see, which is the responsibility of every person in the state, to come and keep this government accountable. And
All right.
that's what all Nigerians
Okay,
are doing. And we're so glad.
my time is gradually running to a halt. So before anything, I will just take your last words for today. I think this discussion will need to continue another day so that we can really finish things up, because I know there's still so much to be said in here. We really want to say more, and I will really crave the indulgence of the two of you. I want the two of you again in no distant future. I'll call you and then we'll have the discussion again. But for your last word, what would you say?
I would like to tell Nigerians Happy Democracy Day, and I want Nigerians to be well aware and be well informed about propagating what is the truth, fighting for the common man, ensuring that people are aware of what is factual on ground. We should desist from propagating false information that could bring hate to our society. It will bring love. That's what we need in this country, and we should be aware that this government is here to serve us, and we should give the government of the day every support we so desire, so that we can enjoy the success and dividend of democracy that we all clamor for when we are singing democracy since 1999.
Okay, Mr. Esheton.
Yeah, well, we have 19 years of civil rule, and this is time for us to start practicing democracy. But democracy will not flourish if you and I decide to stay out. You need to rise up. You need to resolve within yourself. I have decided, you should decide. We need to participate in governance. We need to participate in the electoral process. We need to participate in our actions. Don't forget, the motto of Nigeria is unity, faith, peace, and progress. Ponder on this.
All right. Ponder on this, ladies and gentlemen. Those of you watching us at home, that has been our program, The Real Campaign today. It's really been hot in here because I've had to discuss with these two eminent people. And I promise you that I'm going to bring the two of them back again so we can talk some more. Well, until we come your way again, happy Democracy Day. Do have a blessed day. I'll see you again tomorrow, and God bless you.